A little state fair riddle for you before they open the doors on Friday. What do livestock shows and the battle at the Alamo have in common?
If you don't know the answer, you can find out in the Hall of State, or you can ask Doug. He knows everything. Keith Russell, though, is going to explain.
This building is the third most historic building in the state of Texas, behind the Alamo and the state capitol.
Built in 1936, the Hall of State is a monument to the history of Texas.
It was originally called the State of Texas Building, and inside there's the Great Hall, which is where we're standing now, and 4 regional rooms, the North Texas room, South Texas, East, and West. And inside each room, it has a feel for that part of Texas.
It's also home to the Dallas Historical Society. Executive Director Carl Chow says the rooms are filled with some of the state's most important artifacts.
We have over 3 million items in our collection. We have Davy Crockett's pistol from the Alamo. We have the only Juneteenth document.
One of the newest displays is also one of the largest, a 14 by 24 foot diorama depicting the battle at the Alamo, built by a man obsessed with the event.
He grew up watching Davy Crockett on Disney and just fell in love with the concept.
Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
The artist, Thomas Feely, doesn't have ties to Texas. He lives in rural Pennsylvania. That's where he built a barn especially for the diorama, where he spent 20 years on his passion project.
Every time he finds out that something's incorrect, he would melt it down and redo it. There was a time when he found out one of the buildings was the wrong height, so he took the building off, made it taller, and then all the people on it had to be recast because their arms were at the wrong angle with the gun, so he had to recast them. So the attention to detail and accuracy is off the charts.
Each pewter figure took about 3 hours to cast. If he knew what the fighter looked like, Feely would paint their faces. If not, he would give them the faces of his friends or famous people. And each cow is painted to match the fair's prize-winning steers from over the years. In 2021, the Dallas Historical Society traveled to Pennsylvania, spending hours painstakingly taking apart the diorama and carefully loading it into a truck to be brought to Texas. Chow says its size helps give perspective of just how big the battle was, something he says you won't find even in San Antonio.
As far as authenticity, this is really just a snapshot in time. It's that kind of detail that you can't get that anywhere else. You see it like a photograph.